Let's get it. Lifestyle upgrade. Holler at your boy. In fact, just like Jenny D said, please let us know where y'all are at. I don't do this enough. Let's see where y'all are at. As you can see, we have this 21 degree, all right, new moon. If you check out Christopher Watecki and his step astrology, 21 equals to 3, which is a degree of belief, I believe. He relates it to Jupiter. So you're coming into a passionate belief about the new life you want to live. And everything about this requires an element of faith as you are incorporating and holding space for aspects of mechanics that are just now coming into your life and may not also be there. So just remember, that's what this new moon cycle is starting on. Shout out to everybody. All right, repping your town. This is beautiful. Okay, I see the ninja headband. I love it. I don't know if y'all know, but I am the Rhythm Raikage. Okay, in the flesh. So I got to put the headband on. You know what I mean? Whew. I just got sent a video about this method, so I wasn't going to incorporate this for this ritual, but I will. It's called the 369 method. So it's not even a ritual we'll do here. It's just what I want you to carry with yourself. So I'm going to mention it now, and then I'm going to mention it right after I explain the transits over the next 2 weeks, and we move forward. So yes, let's let the magic happen. This is a shout out to Avery Crane. Happy early birthday, brother. I'm so happy to congregate with you guys here. Everything about Virgo is social analysis, looking up trends, breaking down numbers. What you're going to see with the Neptune Saturn is a huge cultural shift, and this happens cyclically. So a lot of the perception around spirituality, fiction, all sorts of fiction, science fiction, a lot of the narrative and perception around stereotypes that have been typecasted around this, you're experiencing such a sharp flip relative to people who used to see this as lame or weird versus people now oversaturating it. And we're in this weird fog where a lot of people don't know that flip has happened and they're snitching on themselves. So just keep that in mind. Moving forward, as the status quo is quintessentially shifting from a society of people and individuals who really got on and gained success, barely being talented, or like really, people will say hard work, but really just reinforcing false narratives. A lot of you are going to feel this very deeply. The large amount of time that they have had purporting these narratives has been based on shifting stand. It was never based on anything true. So now that this authenticity is breaking through, you're going to see a lot of these people crumble, fall, be revealed. Okay. Once again, because of this shift of status quo and people who kind of gained their sense of identity and confidence based off of living a lie and being fake. Like, you have to understand, for the longest time, being fake, being dishonest, being this version of what the world wants you to be has always been popular. It's always been promoted. It's always been pushed. You're seeing this status quo moving forward crumble before your very eyes. And for fake motherfuckers and stupid, weak little bitches who have gained so much by just being fake, like not really operating with integrity because they haven't had to, they're going through the weirdest feeling because stuff that used to work isn't working for them. You want an example? Are you kidding me? Oprah? I think people forgot how influential Oprah is. Are you kidding me? Oprah brought the rock stimulus package. Okay. Pre apocalypse, the rock stimulus package could get you anything. You put the rock on a movie, it's a blockbuster. Oprah asks you a question everyone wants to know. For the first time, Oprah. It's not anyone using the rock stimulus package. It's Oprah using the rock stimulus package. It didn't work. People said, bitch, we're not paying anything. And I'm not calling her a bitch. She's still Aquarius, high class. I'm not calling. The people were like, bitch, we're not paying anything. What the fuck? What the fuck, Rock? You're a multi-millionaire. It's not working, guys. You are seeing the crumble of these like it's happening in front of your very eyes. Okay, the shit that used to work, it's not work. Rock and Oprah were like, damn, this shit used to work all the time. I just had to show my face and people will pour money. It's almost as if people are waking up. It's almost as if people are seeing through the bullshit. And I don't have I'm an observer. I have nothing against these people. To me, these are just characters of a show we're all a part of. All right, you have people on playing different roles, but goddamn, some of you read the manga. You've been noticing it. Yep, the smart cities that they're trying to place, people are starting to rebel against them. So it's not over yet. We're not saying that everything's just going to crescendo, but we're starting to see this gradual shift with Saturn that has finished its karmic cycle, Neptune that's finishing a generational wide cycle since the 1800s, right? We're starting to see the shift because these people have never really had a rooted core identity in integrity. Moving forward from this new moon, we are at the apex, okay? You are going to find out that more of the vibe and specific individuals of these people are going to target you. Whether unconsciously or consciously, you're going to be projected so much negativity and hatred because not only are these people seeing their power and influence fade, which was always an illusion. That's where social media broke the illusion because now you don't have gatekeepers. You have the ability to see who these people are behind closed doors. Back in the day, you did not have a social media. You did not have the internet to give you an idea. So you only saw what was produced. These network production studios will only show you a side of people that only shows you the best. That's what created that standard. So a lot of people think it's bad that the quality dropped. It's actually the best thing that ever happened. It's just the cycle. We're going to come into a new renaissance integrating all of that. So basically, you're watching people who have always looked down on you because of this illusionary success that was never truly success. We're not saying they didn't work hard to get that. We didn't say they didn't work hard to be as fake as they fucking are. Okay, they put hard work and dedication into this to maintain this fake ass image. And now they're mad that there's holes being poked in the legacy of what they wanted to leave, as if we would fall for that bullshit. And so what you're seeing are people who have gained this false sense of confidence, feeling better about themselves based on shit that was never real, starting to be disillusioned. Okay, people are making their own shit now. That's what I'm saying. Like, starting to be disillusioned and realize, hey, you didn't necessarily get that fame because you were real. People are seeing the real you, and you're losing notoriety. How about you? Must be super lame. Okay, so they're looking at you, people who they were comfortable looking down on and putting down, and they're starting to see you gain prominence. Okay, for literally being yourself. And because these are fake people, because these are inauthentic people, your authenticity triggers an allergic reaction to said people. Now that we are at the end of Virgo season, in 9 days, we're going to enter Libra. The rest of this Virgo season is going to start to muddle the waters about seeing this change of perception and behavior because you've activated this integration of new behavioral patterns that are taking into account the evolution of your being over the past 10 years. And then relative to April, this recent evolution. So you're feeling these people try and throw hateful words to you, but it doesn't work because they're fake. You know that what they're saying doesn't apply to you. You know they're just mad because of the truth. You up and they on their way down. And there's this unspeakable frustration that you're seeing in every demographic, in every single class structure or system. You have people who align with that fake narrative, and all these people are losing their shit. They have the mask they put on their face because their life is fake. They don't give you authentic feelings. They have this fake mask they put on, and that mask is breaking. You're breaking through the mask. You're not doing this by arguing with people, all right? And I do want to welcome Sean Grobe to Eternal Vibe Tribe. Welcome, brother. Okay. You're not doing this by trying to argue people to death or fight them. You're literally just doing this by being authentically you. You're pioneering new unconventional paths that are not tested, tried, and maybe not, you know, as trusted or seen as important. And you're using these paths to achieve records and feats that almost rival. You shouldn't be almost rivaling them at all, but you're almost rivaling them. They feel a certain way. And I'm not talking about a specific person and individual. What I'm speaking is an archetype. It's a vibe that you see when you go out in society. And all I need you to know is the only reason why you are receiving shade, it's not personal. Moving forward, the psychic attack, the shade, the negativity you faced is nothing compared to what's coming. 2022, you changed the status quo. 2023 is the result of this transformation. This is facts. Jupiter and Aries already transformed the Virgo with the evolution. Now your evolved self is transforming how people perceive you because you're no longer the same person. And in Taurus, you're starting to see the results. By the time it's Gemini, we're beautiful. And it's really psychic shade, unconscious feelings that people may not even be fully aware of that they're projecting on you because your authenticity triggers an allergic reaction to them. Moving forward, do not waste your time worrying about how people react to you. You have carved your path of integrity. You know people will react to you positively because they're meeting you on that level. You know people will react to you negatively because they got to deal with certain shit. This is off the basis that you're in integrity and you're coming correct. You don't have to worry about that. We just spent Aries season of Virgo season integrating this. Some people will just hit you with psychological manipulation. They gonna hit you with this weird stare. They're going to try and gaslight you to take what you're saying and give the impression that this person isn't making any sense. They're weird. No, we're not weird. You're fucking stupid. We see you, bitch. You can try because people who are weak, who don't have any power or strength, have to engage in manipulative strategies because they don't have authenticity. They don't have the strength to stand on their own, not opinions, truth. So they have to try and manipulate your behavior to suppress, shame, or guilt you. And it's like now they're dealing with you and that shit doesn't work. That weak shit doesn't work on you because you're strong, because you leveled up. And that's producing a cognitive dissonance within them that you can't itch physically. Okay. And this is what's going to open you up for more attack. This is no longer a game. This is why I have the ninja headband on. We're moving forward in the C rank missions and above. You will get attacked. But the thing is, you leveled up. You are on the verge of activating new supernatural abilities and techniques right now, and you're going to lay the fucking smackdown. Divine Jupiter says so many years in the making. This is what is preceded by you laying the complete smackdown on these fake ass motherfuckers who have felt for some dumb reason that in any way they had anything over you. And you're disillusioning them with your own authenticity as they painstakingly see they can never touch you. Even on your worst day, they can never touch you. And to deal with pride and ego eroding like that, you're literally killing them on the inside just by being authentically you. Let's clap for ourselves. We made it. We're here. We're here. We're here. You can see it when you look in their eyes. The psychological manipulative bullshit that they were able to be in denial, they're not able to do anymore. You are getting ready over the next 6 months to complete this 2-year end of the world process, Saturn and Pisces, by taking on this integration to Sag and the Pisces and creating new visions and beliefs, which will come back around, spin the block, and now vocally express this evolution of your behavior and lifestyle. You have finally made it, ladies and gentlemen. So that's the first thing I want to say. A lot of people are going to be butthurt about why the fake shit that they some people, like fake people, don't really even know they're fake. You know what I'm saying? Like people who are inauthentic. And I'm not talking about people who scream they're real, but they're not real. People who are genuinely inauthentic. They don't tell you what they really feel. They try and put up this image. They try and chase what's popular. These motherfuckers are done. You see it, but like they're officially done. If you've ever been authentic, if you've ever felt like you've been looked over, you were never looked over. You just weren't fake. You didn't play that stupid game. Like game's being destroyed, and what you are focusing on is being exalted because turns out, plot twist, God had your back the whole time. So bring that Leo season courage. We are laying the fucking smackdown. Ladies and gentlemen, this Libra season, you are going to be laying more of the smackdown than you have ever laid. We are entering the playoffs. Libra season is going to apply this change in behavior. And even moving forward from this new moon, you're going to start to manifest the effects and evidence of how much you've changed. So if you've ever watched Karate Kid, I've never watched Karate Kid, but if you've ever watched Karate Kid, and I don't even know how I know this, I think I seen it in a skit. If you see that whole thing about the wax on, wax off, right? This is after your montage scene. You have officially completed the montage scene. So moving forward, and that's why I highlighted this. We did this right at the 21 degree. Moving forward, you are going to experience Avery Crane. I know there's so many movies I haven't watched. It's crazy. You are going to experience direct evidence of, oh shit, I really have leveled up. Okay. Very, very, very important. The rest of, I'm going to go over the next 2 weeks from this new moon in Virgo to full moon in Aries. All right. And the first 2 weeks of this is the application of this changed behavior. When you change your behavior in the face of narcissists, gaslighters, and just overall inauthentic people who gain leverage from you giving away your power, what's happening with this new moon is you're implementing this new behavioral pattern. You are in effect taking back all your power for the last 17 years. That's how significant this new moon is. It didn't happen just once. This is just another gradual process of it. So what's going to happen is now that you're going to be activating this new habit, you're going to receive pressure over the next 2 weeks. These are the attacks coming in for you to revert to old behaviors. This is cognitive dissonance from the people around you who feel directly threatened by the allergic reaction that is triggered by your authenticity. Seeing you behave in ways that align more with your power, you'll be surprised how many people gain so much benefit from you not knowing who you are. So now that you know more than ever who you are and you're coming and showing up as that, these people on an energetic, instinctual level will do everything in their power to shame you, guilt you, manipulate you to revert back to those patterns. And once you make it to the full moon in Aries and you understand your identity of what you're expressing socially in Libra, it's going to be too late. You have reinforced those patterns. And in 2 weeks, you're going to see everybody in your life switch. Everybody in your life who realizes, okay, This person isn't going anywhere. They're going to ride your meat like a fucking. They're going to ride your boot. Like these people are going to act brand new, like they weren't trying to look down on you before. Once they realize through that nodal portal that you're here to stay and you're going to continue laying the smackdown, we're going to resume the full moon to go over the next 2 weeks to weed out who's actually authentic and who's just trying to ride your wave. Because that's going to lead to Scorpio season where you're going to create a new wave. And some already are. So I'm going to talk about the next 2 weeks from now, this week and next week to the full moon in Aries. Okay. Yep. We do accept Miss Villagers. Any one of you villagers around here, you can shout out to Sun Goku if you hear. You're going to be in this position to see the element of the outside influence opposing this while also connecting with people who help align with your behavior to draw it out. Ladies and gentlemen, this is legitimately what you've been waiting for. I'm so excited. The brand new life ritual you want to do, right? We're going to sponsor the 369 ritual. Someone had just sent me this video. I was not going to incorporate this in this video, but I decided let's do the 369 method. So basically, and this is going to work. This is going to be amazing. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to link you the video in the description box below. So I'm going to update this video if you guys want to check it out. Basically, and we'll come back to this, the 369 method is every morning you write what you want to be 3 times, then in the afternoon 6 times, and then in the evening 9 times. And right before you go to sleep, you read all of that. Okay. So I'm going to link the video that explains it for those of you who are interested. And what we're going to do for this Virgo season is just write 369, the lifestyle you're living. Okay. Write it present progressive. Be like, this is my life. In fact, it doesn't even have to be one thing. You could do as much as you want, but because of course, Virgo, put it in that way. All right. Now, once again, I want to be very clear. Virgo season is analysis. Before Libra season, we present our info and findings, debate style. The next 9 days of this Virgo season are perceptual challenges. People passive aggressively trying to challenge your perception with the Neptune opposition through deceit. When I want to give you the impression that I'm smarter than you or you don't know what you're saying, I'm going to play contrarian. Because of this 180-degree angle, be very aware of others, the collective, playing contrarian. The duplicitous, negative quality of Pisces here is presenting people real data and then that opposite influence dismissing the data fallaciously. When someone gives you a weird look, like you're saying something weird, that's not saying anything. It's a tactic. What it's doing is it's trying to reinforce subconsciously, maybe I don't know what I'm saying because this person's looking at me like I'm weird. No, you do know what you're saying. That person just has a weird face. So kindly tell them, hey, can you fix your face? You look weird. What's wrong with you? You will know these people are trying to manipulate you. Simple. Activate Virgo. Ask them, how do you know that? Someone that isn't trying to manipulate you will provide sound logic. Someone who's trying to manipulate you will be very vague. Well, I don't know. They're going to hit you with fallacies and you're liable to smack the shit out of them. But we don't need to be violent. You can smack them with your aura. Just tell them to fix their fucking face. We're laying the smack. They're like, thank you. You look weird. We're going to have to put that on a shirt. Why you look weird? Are you okay? What's wrong? You look like you're dying. What's popping? We're not playing. Okay. And this perception will be reinforced by the persistence of you just keeping in integrity everything you know to be real. What you're going to find is that with this increased level of psychic attacks, this is where I'm saying you're going to realize the wax on, wax off, you got stronger. You're going to get hit with more psychic attack than you've ever been hit with. You're going to feel like you're being jumped by the entire collective. But then you're going to realize this shit doesn't hurt at all. I must have grown stronger because before I would have probably been insecure, got my head with this. Now I can laugh at this. You're going to see it for what it is. This is not coming out of nowhere. This is the persistent, committed reinforcement of your behavior being shown. Okay. Once again, people who have an issue with what you say and believe, they're going to offer you sound logic. They're not going to offer you guilt manipulation, shame manipulation, not going to try and make you feel bad because your perspective clashes with theirs. Weak people do this. Only weak people do this. Dev Cooper, it actually is a boss battle. So this new moon is actually the opposite to Neptune, but this is an invisible boss battle. So the Pluto opposition is a traditional boss battle in traditional Capricorn. The Neptune oppositions are invisible boss battles. And if you get too caught up in the material, you may not understand how people can project their consciousness. This is metaphysical, it's invisible. Some of you may not be aware that you think it's just in your head. Certain people are projecting their consciousness and also engaging in telepathy to try and influence your actions. So you, not even operating on a higher psychic level in your base human state, you're murking people who are applying advanced psychic ability. You have remote viewers, telepaths, angry as fuck because they're trying to like discourage you. They're trying to get you to change your mind. They're trying to be the thought in your head through telepathy and try and like do negative thoughts, but you know yourself. You're like, that's not my thought. And so you might not even realize you're engaging on these advanced metaphysical dynamics. And at that base level, you're putting the smackdown on people who are so much more aware. These are the realizations over the next 6 months you're going to be making. Once again, no matter how delusional, no matter how crazy or weird someone thinks what you're saying is, ask them for sound logic. The burden of proof is on them to prove that what you're saying. If they can't do that, they're stupid. Then they're just trying to manipulate you because they're weak. You can't mind trick a Jedi. The best way out is through. So and yes, Uranus and Gemini, we are coming into that. Okay, Uranus is in Gemini and Neptune was in Aries the last time we had civil war. So, anyway, I am just so happy for us. You know what I'm saying? Like Anakin, who was tricked because he had darkness in his heart and doubts. You're moving forward with no doubts. You have experienced the synchronicities. And for those of you who have actually expressed elements of your power throughout the past few months, you've enhanced your clairvoyance, claircognizance, clairaudience. You've had actual experiences. I want you to comment an exclamation mark if throughout the past 6 months, especially the past 2 months, you have at will been able to use your abilities, been able to instantly manifest, been able to induce causality that science says is science fiction or fantasy. Okay. For those of you who commented the exclamation mark, now that we're at the new moon, the nature of this is no longer going to be hit or miss. You're just going to hit. Now the new moon in Virgo is saying, how do I take this technique and perfect it now that I have reached a consistency in its basis? The new moon in Virgo is activating a new understanding and awareness of not only your literal dreams, Neptune coming true down to Virgo, thank you, Val, but also how to change your entire life with this consistent mechanic of your supernatural abilities. We have to really break down what Virgo is. Virgo is integration. This integration that you have been enacting since Jupiter, Sun, Aries, evolving your character is bringing in enhanced natures, now being strengthened physically with Jupiter and Taurus of natural abilities you've always had, literally to the next level. Supernatural powers. And now this is where also moving forward, we're going to see a hyper accelerated parabolic effect of the development of your abilities. So everything up into this point, and I want to once again make clear, 2023 is important because this is the reinitiation of a Jupiter cycle through Aries. Okay. So with that being in Saturn and Pisces, end of the world. So with that being said, crystallizing the integrity of your imagination, you're going to start to see moving forward from this new moon. Everything literally was you putting the pieces together. Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo. Now it's together. Boom, 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 boom. Now that we've gone to this, boom, 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 boom. As soon as we step into Libra, you're going to see synchronization of your abilities. Literally, like there's an exponential quality that by Scorpio season, you will see compounded effect. You made it. New moon Aries, new moon Taurus, new moon Gemini, new moon Cancer, new moon Leo, new moon Virgo. You made it. You have made it. And this is putting you in that position to not only experience this change of behavior, but also log in the quality of growth that you will immediately apply coming into Libra. The rest of the 9 days of this transit is a third decan stage activation of real mastered magic. You have divine magic, which is Pisces, imagination. You have ascended magic, which is chaos magic. That's alive, Sagittarius, visualization. You have word magic, the most basic form of magic through your thoughts, baby magic, Gemini, kid magic, 7 years old. Then you have master magic. All right, the realist version of magic. In fact, most magic you can say is characterized as Virgo magic. It's just not seen as magic. Most magic is Virgo magic. It's real magic. It's practical. You have advanced Virgo magic, which is able to materialize things, which is really more Sagittarius creation magic. But like Virgo magic is going to the gym and working out. If I were to go to the gym and I worked on my arms, I just did working out arm magic. We don't conventionally see that as magic. A lot of what people call Virgo is more analysis and science. It's really just magic. That's really just it. If you've ever like tried to improve, if you're in the forest, Wingard Leviosa, Wingard Leviosa, Wingard Leviosa, until it works, that's Virgo magic. Repetition, consistency. It's no different than putting in reps in the gym. That's it. But because of the illusion of separation, we see this separation of science and spirituality where there's no distinction. There's a science of spirituality. There's no distinction between science. Like that's like saying a difference between mustard and condiments. Mustard is a condiment. You can't. Please, every time you say science versus spirituality, you're saying mustard versus condiments, and it's like no, mustard is a condiment. Spirituality is a science. So, like, be very careful of people who say that on both sides. They're stupid. They don't know what to talk about. Anyway, or they just don't know how to say it. So, with that being said, it's Levosa. Sorry. I've never seen Harry Potter either. I've never seen any of the movies or read a book. I was about to read the first book. My mama threw that away. She's like, you can't read that. And I feel like I missed out. I never got to watch Avatar, but still. So, for those of you who've been wanting to know how to master it, it's here. This is going to activate the transit of how to master it. And now let's actually go, okay, into the first 9 days of this new moon. Okay. So we do see that we have this new moon here, 21 degrees, and we're going to have the moon in Libra the next 2 days, 22 and 23. All right, is going to bring the second house manifestation on the nodes. This is going to be huge. This is going to be the first point of major integration relative to your willingness and ability to understand classically the balance of how specifically to take your behavior and balance it with other people. This is what's going to manifest your new technique into reality. Why is this important, ladies and gentlemen? Well, we know that a month ago, when the moon was in Libra, the sun was in Leo. Okay. So this is the first Taurus second house manifestation in Virgo that we're going to have on the nodes. This is going to align you through destiny with everything that you're meant to unlock. This is where, through that moon in Libra, the social axis, you're going to come under fire. Your vulnerability with Chiron, the Pluto, okay? People might give you weird looks because you casually behave the way you behave, which will encompass speaking about things that are taboo, unconventional. And this is where you approach them with that Libra respect. Where are your facts? Where is the logic? Libra is logic, law, justice. Where, okay, I understand that you think this shit is weird. Where is the burden of proof? Can you give me any sound logic? Because what you're going to find is that people just have opinions and philosophy. Let me tell you something. Philosophy is not truth. I don't give a fuck what someone believes. Can I get the truth and facts? Because if you're behaving like this to me just because of your beliefs and philosophy, I'm about to smack the shit out you with my energy, with my authenticity. Or I'm gonna let you know that's just not working. If you actually engage with logic that now exposes what I'm thinking might not be sound, I have to thank you because now you have helped me learn and think better. Okay? It's not a joke. That is a form of a battle. If you've ever played an RPG, that is a form of a battle when you are engaging wits and different perspectives. Don't get caught lacking. This is about to be really fun because the moon in Libra is going to help you actually bring into form this technique. That's what brings us to the moon in Scorpio. The moon in Scorpio is going to deepen the purity of this psychoanalysis in analysis. This is what's going to now take the attitude and approach of, now that you've balanced how to actually present this technique socially, how can we deepen it? How can we add more sauce to it? How can we now develop a certain style relative to our utilization and activation of these new behavioral patterns? This is CIA energy, by the way. I think the CIA was a Virgo Sun, Scorpio Moon. Beyonce is also Scorpio Moon, Virgo Sun. So this is where you're coming into the depth of wisdom and understanding about how you are strengthening the awareness of your reality. Once again, a major way this is going to look like, now that the facts are out here, like the facts are out, I'm going to use the pandemic as an example. It's not about this, but I'm using this as an example. This has been a pandemic of the vaccinated. Like the facts are out there of everything that they told. They told us it wasn't a lab leak, only to tell us it was a lab leak. They told us vaccines will work, only to find out they weren't really effective. Now Fauci is finally admitting that, yeah, you know, these things can cause myocarditis, but I mean, you're more likely to get myocarditis if you don't get the vaccine. These are the people who you're dealing with, okay? So like, this North Node Aries is finally, a lot of you are entering your villain era and you don't even know it. Many of you are going to be the ones that turn heel because you get turned into designated villains. The few people who see, wow, I was wrong, will have learned from your transformation. He's actually pure evil. And I'm saying pure because of the Scorpio moon, and evil because of the lack of integrity with the Capricorn sun. I don't say that out of hatred for him. I almost say it out of a little respect. Like, I watch anime, so as far as like anime villains go, he's top tier. He's a top tier villain. He's up there with Bill Gates. But like, other than that, I do not hate dude. I don't have no dislike against him. I'm very objective with this, but like, yeah, I peep game. So like, with that being said, okay, this is very, 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 very key, because just by you maintaining authenticity, many of you are going to be relegated as villains, because so many people because so many people are stuck with pride. You have a lot of people who it kills them inside to admit that they were wrong. We are opening up the Told You So tour. The Told You So tour starts in Libra season. So like, it's going to completely kill people inside that you might have actually been right about a lot of things. So now that's going to turn you into a villain. This is why I'm saying you're going to get this very irrational, somewhat delusional projection of you being at fault for just being yourself, for challenging other people's ideas without saying anything, just by living it. Okay. And this is where, relative to that, okay, the North Node Aries is you being the villain by just maintaining authenticity. You are in effect destroying, like, what makes a hero is that they defend the status quo. And what makes a villain is that they threaten the status quo. So what happens if the status quo is corrupt? Which happens every now and then. What happens if the status quo is being defended by people who are purporting false narratives? That means you living authentically. Let me give you an example. When they start to tell you that you're just a birthing person, you're not really a woman, you're just a birthing person. They have somehow made that status quo. Now I can say I can get pregnant, join women's sports, and beat the shit out of y'all and win first place and say I'm a woman. That is status quo now. Like, I can get an award for being a chick, realistically. So if you're a woman and you say, bitch, I'm not a birthing person, I'm a woman, you can never be a woman. Understand, you're going against status quo. You're a villain. You might not see yourself as a villain. You're walking down your villain arc. That's why a lot of you might not know you're actually a villain right now. Okay, and you might not even know. You just doing yourself the audacity for you to be authentic, where you could have been fake like everyone else. You could have been delusional like everyone else. This is what I'm talking about. And this is going to exponentially blow up in preparation for war, civil war, whatever you want to see. All right. And you know what I'm saying? This is that designated villainy where you're not doing anything bad. You're being authentic, which is horrible. How dare you actually be your real self? Okay. So this, because of the angle, once we step into Libra season, opposite Aries, that's going to be the straight shoot. Boom. And this is where now, by the moon in Scorpio, the transformation of the psychology will start to affect not only your behavior, but the sun is opposite Neptune. This is going to crystallize your dreams coming true. Mercury is no longer retrograde. Okay, you're going to be done reevaluating the analysis of how you think. And that's going to, of course, now lead into actual Libra season. So just like we started Virgo season with the moon in Sag, we, of course, are going to begin Libra season with the moon in Capricorn. Okay, honoring that square. So whereas we started Virgo season, understanding in an ascended vision and higher perspective how to master our techniques and lifestyle, we are revisiting that moon in Sag at the very end of it. You're going to take back everything that you started. Like this new moon, I mastered a technique I've been practicing for years. Okay. First of all, y'all were laughing at me when I was talking about ascended Fappery. Okay. Ascended Fappery has helped me last longer in bed. I think it's made me grow. I can sense energy more, and I have real sex better. I think when I was talking about ascended Fappery, y'all thought I didn't have real sex. Well, turns out, you know, because once again, I don't be watching porn. I don't watch porn. I have an old soul. I don't watch porn. I don't be on the internet looking at naked videos, using lotion, and like squeezing one out. I was in my early 20s. Okay. I've done ascended. All right. It's a full body workout. When I do that ascended Fappery, it's a full core exercise. I finished that, having to drink water. I got a core workout. I had real sex. And now I translated that into real physical intercourse. All right. Yes. Lady I was talking about saying, did your dick grow bigger? And I was like, holy shit, I didn't even know it could grow bigger. Like this shit blew my mind. My technique got better. I last a whole 2 minutes longer. And I know that might be a lot, but that's still a whole 2 minutes. Men, I know you feel me. Men, I know you feel me. I went from am I going to be able to bring her to climax? To, all right, we could do the finger method, we could do the tongue method, I could give you big Richard down here. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And man, you know what I'm talking about. Before it used to be like, oh, hopefully I'll reach 3 minutes. Now I know there's no confidence like a man who knows he can go in 3 to 5 minutes straight. Now I know 3 minutes. I'm not going to have the, oh no, it came out 3 minutes, 5 minutes straight. We good. We good. I'm working that. Now it's like I can go fast and do it on command, or I could pace myself. My Mars is progressing to Taurus. So now I'm pacing myself. I don't have to go as fast. I worked on my technique. It's like, okay, I think I got a good 2 minutes left. I know when I hit my limit. Levels. Okay. And so I have mastered this technique. Now I don't have any nervousness now. Now it's like, oh yeah, she can get it. I could rock her whole world. Think it's all right. I know extra techniques now. I'm like, oh, if I do this, she gonna be shaking. It's a wrap. My confidence is on 100,000. Now all I have to do is just get in shape. That's it. We good with the sex. I've officially stopped ascended fatbery too, by the way. I've completed that technique. I'm done. I'm complete. I'm moving on to the next stage. Now I'm gonna just get in shape. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, maybe if I could, if I find a sexual partner or two, you never know. I like one. That's what I'm saying. So I can go more rounds. And it's the Cancer woman. Thank you. The Cancer woman that I was connecting with. She taught me about going multiple rounds. She taught me, you get your first round off, you recover, you know what I'm saying? Boom. Hit him with the second, hit him with the third round. I didn't even know I can do it multiple times. Growth. Before I would just have that one round and that's it. Now my recovery rate between rounds is improving. Let's get it. This is Virgo season, baby. Yes, Cancer taught me very well. She had Mars in Virgo and she had Venus in Virgo. So she'll always tell me to slow down. She'll be giving me advice and shit like, no, you need to slow down. She don't know how Mars in Aries. I could slow down. I don't want to slow down. I'll be just like, yeah, you're right. You know what I'm saying? But like, I did slow down here and there. And it's like, I know if she had a Mars in Sagittarius, now I got to do Mars in Aries. If she had a Mars in Sag or Mars in Aries, she'd be like, faster. But it's cool. I had to, you know, do a little bit of class. She taught me how to slow down, pace myself. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. And she had a Sag moon. So she wild. She was wild and freaky. You Sag moons. Ooh, I was not familiar with your game. Trust. Oh my God. Y'all stay wet too. Y'all just be horny for no reason. I was not familiar. And the water signs too. Okay, I'm talking shit. I never talk shit like this. But you know what I did? I put in work. I put in daily practice. I put in consistency and commitment, and it's paid off. Let's get it. Shout out to Kevin Gates. That's a lord right there. When you just remember he's an Aquarius, everything he says makes sense. Like when you listen to Kevin Gates and he sounds weird, just remind yourself he's an Aquarius. It all makes sense after that. It's like, oh, he's spitting for real. He dropping gems for real. Like, y'all think he weird? Nah, he preaching for real. Anyway, yep. No. You better be jogging daily. Avery Crane. So now that it's the new moon in Virgo, right? A part of my new change in lifestyle is I'm going to be jogging daily. So now I'm going to just be getting in shape. Now that I got the sex game right, now I'm going to just get my body in shape. You know what I'm saying? Get it more in shape. So now get the kinks out. It's a wrap. Okay, Kurt asked a really good question. When will I get laid again? Whenever you decide. I used to think that it's something I have to wait for. Nah, you can really manifest that too. You just have to really decide, you know what? I'm about to bless somebody today. Especially when you look at not just sex, but anything, when you switch it to, oh, how can I get sex? No, 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 no. When you switch it from, oh, I want sex, how can I get sex? Don't be desperate. It's, who am I going to bless with this pipe? Who am I going to bless with this kitty cat? If for those of you who want to have sex right now, just adopt this attitude. Instead of being like, oh, who can I have sex with? Be like, who am I about to bless? Literally just imagine the ways that you would just completely rock someone's world. You'll start to attract sex like this. Women do this naturally. So women don't really need to try that. But like for men, women do this literally naturally. Even if they're insecure and they don't do that, they still do that. You just need to ask yourself, like, who about to get blessed by this magic stick? I got the magic stick. I know if I can hit once, I can hit twice. Thank you. Who gonna get this blessed pipe? Because you gonna be leaking. Now I'm gonna have to be plumber. That's it. You're radiating that vibe. It's only a matter of time. All right. Who's gonna get this unvaxxed sperm? This is like Bitcoin in 2020, baby. Motherfuckers don't know. They doubted me all my life. Now it's victory. I'm sorry. Yes. Bro, if we freaky like this, act like you're already having sex. Just walk around, be like, uh, just air hump the air voraciously. You attract sex just like that. It's a wrap. It's about giving to receive. That just switches your aura instantly, y'all. Okay. So yeah, y'all. Shout out to the pure bloods. Okay. You guys are fucking amazing. The level of this journey that we've gotten to, just so grateful for you guys. Like taking into account 2014 when I started this channel, in a year from now, it'll be officially a whole decade since I created the Peace Dealer, Jupiter and Gemini. We're definitely gonna party. So I just want you to understand all the hard work you've put in has not been for nothing. And I think this is just such a great period to finally really harp in on how much you've grown and how much you're getting ready to evolve even more, because we are only still just getting started. Okay. So please keep in mind this new moon in Virgo represents the final new moon cycle of the first 6 zodiac signs. Aries to Virgo is part 1. Libra to Pisces is part 2. Let me tell you something. Part 2 of 2023 is where all the action happens. Part 1 of this year was just setup because we had to initiate new cycles. We had to basically bring in new plot elements. The main characters have activated since Leo season. Trump is back in the news. It's finna go down. Once we get like a year away from the 2024 elections, it's a wrap. And that's Libra season. So this is where, coming into the moon and Cap, you're now coming into an understanding of integrity about how you balance your power. So basically, from new moon to Virgo to the 24th of September, from today to the 24th of September is the rest of Virgo season. You have finished the montage. When you finish the training montage, you revisit what you couldn't do before. Now you're doing it easily. You're going to manifest this new perfected technique. You're going to master the passionate level of real behavior and perception that will bring to a crystallized mastery not only these behavioral patterns, but supernatural techniques. Everything up until this point was you developing the repetition and the efficiency of the technique. Now, everything moving forward is you adding the supernatural sauce and activating the superpowered part of the technique, which is going to blow your mind. Once we get into the first quarter square, this is what will begin to test your character, especially the first few degrees, King Kunk Saturn. What Libra wants to know through this South Node portal is, based on your act, because now At this point, you have mastered superpowers that you express through supernatural techniques and abilities, innate to you and only you, because no one else is you, and that's your superpower. Okay. So once we step into Libra, after you've officially activated this, Libra season starts with the integration, the 90-degree quarter square. Libra wants to know, are you lawful? Are you good, evil, or are you neutral? Are you chaotic neutral? Are you lawful neutral? Evil? Like, you're going to see on that grid where you fall in based on the actions you take. The understanding of integrity based on the expression of your super self or superhero self or alter ego or the part of you who you present to society. You are now balancing, okay, how it is through the justice of Libra, you express the integrity of what you do. Moon in a Capricorn is going to help you understand the integrity of your balanced or unbalanced actions. So now that you've mastered these supernatural techniques, are you going to use them for good or evil? That's Libra season. Based on the direction you move in, that's what's going to lead you into this South Node eclipse with Mars already inching there. And it's going to make you aware of the actions you've been taking with Mars. And this is also going to juxtapose allies and enemies so that through this friction and challenge, you develop more of your abilities. This is where everything from this quarter square is going to shift the gear so considerably, especially once we have this quincunx, guys. Once Libra begins to completely transform Saturn, you're going to be aware of your beliefs that have completely transformed because now you've mastered the techniques and you're using them. Now you're believing, oh, I can fly because I'm levitating right now. It's a transformation of beliefs. All right. And this is where by the time the moon goes into Aquarius, you're coming into the knowledge of your social expression based on the understanding of the integrity. That's going to fix the advanced understanding of how you sociologically express this element of your character. Huge shit. Very important, especially after the Pluto awakening, which is going to bring even more friction and testing to put you in situations where nobody is watching and you really define who you are, whether people are watching or not, to be honest. Then we're going to have the moon in Pisces on Saturn to reinforce these transformed spiritual beliefs as you understand the behavioral mechanism of your imagination to create elements of your dream into your reality. You're understanding the metaphysical influences and also the imagination that goes into how you express your powers, how you express everything. The difference between Virgo season and Libra, if we're going to use a superhero analogy, Virgo season was you in the gym practicing your moves. Libra season is you on the streets being the hero. You are applying those moves you practice. And once you now gain a very divine understanding of how to really transcend these elements, boom, we have the full moon eclipse. The full moon eclipse is important for several reasons. The full moon eclipse 2025, we're getting there. The full moon eclipse is going to officially initiate the 6-month road to warfare. It's also going to plug you in to the playoffs. So everything up from now until September 30th is you finished the training camp, summer training camp. Now you're going into the playoffs, but you're getting ready to actually enter the playoffs. Okay. If you are seeded the first 2 weeks, that full moon eclipse is where you know, okay, this is where I am in the tournament. And whereas some people will get knocked off coming into the new moon in Libra, which will be the official playoffs, this is where shit's going to literally heat up. And this is where, because you have maintained integrity of this behavior, which has broken through, this is where you're going to understand the authenticity of who you're expressing this talent towards, polished, who you're going to be connecting with, And where you're going to start to see people realizing that they cannot beat you. They cannot beat you, meaning reinforce old behavior. So, in terms of win or lose, you will lose this invisible boss battle if you let the unconscious and conscious narratives and projected beliefs of others shame, guilt, or manipulate you into reverting to past patterns. If you do not choose to believe in who you're evolving into because you care too much about what other people think, or you don't have enough self esteem to move forward, the challenge of North Node Aries is to move forward authentically, because every single one of you is going to have one thing that everyone else doesn't agree with. This is the most simplified version of North Node Aries over the next 16 months. Do you have the cojones? Do you have the courage to stand for a direction that everyone else thinks you're crazy for? It's kind of like seeing a vision no one else sees. Like, if there was one thing you could stand on that everyone else thinks you're crazy, but you think is dope, most people will lose that balance and just revert and be like, you know what? Maybe I am crazy. And then there are crazy ass motherfuckers like me who's like, bitch, I'm a ninja. I don't give a fuck. I will become a rogue ninja today. I don't care if none of you understand it. Being Hokage is my dream. Believe it. Believe it. Believe it. Believe it. And I'm comfortable with just looking crazy and goofy and stupid because I know I got it like that anyway. And I always deliver, I always back it up. So for those of you who are on that type of time, you are going to hyper accelerate the level of victory you're going to come into over the next 6 months. Unrecognizable. By Aries season, you'll be unrecognizable. Okay. And that's basically it, ladies and gentlemen. That's the next 2 weeks in a nutshell. Highlights that we want to speak on are social etiquette and themes of coolness. Pluto going into Aquarius is going to redefine and transform what cool even means. A lot of what people find cool is fake and inauthentic because they're fake and inauthentic. Let's just be for the longest time, having sexual maturity has never been seen as cool. Oh, you don't get bitches? You don't have sex? Actually having self-control has never been seen as cool. You don't drink, you don't go out, you don't do this. So like you're about to see this shit snap on because the adults here are awakening and realize it's not that adults in previous haven't. This is just the cycle of childhood. But like you're going to see, especially now because the forces that be don't have as much control over what's popular, right? You're going to see these narratives flip seemingly overnight, where people who you know have been fake are now acting like, yeah, I've always felt it was right to just have sexual maturity. Don't you have like 80 bodies? Weren't you fucking like last week? Now you think it's cool because it's cool. You're going to see so much people switch because now their favorite celebrity finally started being spiritual, acting like they've always been. It doesn't matter. We don't have to compete or anything like that, but just don't let it distract you. That's it. Just don't let it distract you. Just keep moving forward in that authentic direction, because all the dark forces can do is try and distract you off of this individual solo path that you will be walking with other people who align with it, but no one's going to get it done other than you. Okay. So I love each and every single one of you guys. This has been a huge honor. I think it's kind of understated how important this one period is. Like, this 21-degree conjunction is everything. All right. It's literally trining Uranus. So this is going to be met with sudden awakenings over the next 24 or 48 hours. You're going to suddenly awaken insight on how to perfect these techniques. You're going to produce supernatural magic. Every single one of you is. It's going to be an expression of your behavior, which is the integration of your identity, habits formed by your thoughts. Okay. So enjoy that. Be prepared to, of course, bring this into Libra season as you now express the fruits of what you've been practicing. Part 2 is going to be a banger. Season 3 is the breakthrough arc every year, Libra, Scorpio, Sag. And it's time to show these motherfuckers what we're made of. It's time to show these motherfuckers that for years we weren't doing nothing. We were growing. We were perfecting ourselves. And now it's time to take over the status quo that's changed. Know that you will be fought against that, to revert to old behaviors, and know that just by maintaining authenticity, the victory is already won. Okay. So, like I mentioned in the beginning, the 369 method. What you want to do coming in, you could do it for one day, you could do it every day. They suggest you do it every day. I have the link in the description box below. Just refresh the page. What you want to do is in the morning, say, or they're going to say, write down who you want to be, what you want to happen. In this case, what lifestyle you live. Okay. You can simplify it in a sentence. You can have a 5-paragraph description of how your lifestyle is lived in one word. You can say, my lifestyle is this. I do this every day. I do this. But instead of writing that, you can say bubbles. Bubbles means this 5 paragraphs. It's up to you. 3 times in the morning, then in the afternoon, write it down 6 times again. Then in the evening, write it down 9 times. And then right before you go to bed, read it 9 times and just imagine yourself living that life. Impress your subconscious. We're going to introduce SATs, states akin to sleep. Read it for 9 times, okay? And literally as you're reading it before you go to sleep, just like write it like it's already happened, okay? Before you go to sleep, just load yourself with amazing feelings. Feel as amazing as you ever felt and just loop the imaginal scene of you living that lifestyle. I fucking promise you, if you do this with the repetition and if you really do this, you will start to see results immediately just because of Uranus trining the new moon with Jupiter. This is where with the transits, you're going to come into accelerated results relative to the effort you put in. Okay. Does sharing it make it more powerful? Some people say sharing it, you shouldn't share it. You should keep it secret. I think your intention is everything. I feel like if there's confidence behind it and you share it, it'll make it more powerful. If sharing it makes you more insecure because of how people react, I wouldn't share it. Okay. This is also called scripting. Definitely, definitely, definitely. I love that. Bubbles. I love that. Yeah, that's been my magic word for a minute. And yeah, have fun with this. The more creative you are, the more creative the universe will basically reflect back to you. I promise you guys, if you do this, you'll be straight. Go back to my 13-day transformation ritual and look at the relevant links. Day 1, I did the ultimate guide to the law of assumption and also instant manifestation. I think day 3. Check those out again, y'all. It will really, 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 really help you out. And yeah, okay. I remember, for example, the first time I tried the feelings, this was before I knew about manifestation. This was back when it was talked about, but not like it is now. This was 10 years ago. All right. I was depressed. Like I felt really low. This was I think a little bit after I started doing astrology. Or no. It might have been a little bit before. I think it might have been a little bit after. I'm not. Yes, this is probably 2016. This is probably 2015, 2016. I don't remember anymore. I know it was when I was in El Paso. All I know is that I felt really low and I was just looking for anything that was an answer. It was back in that period of time where I was just looking for answers. I wasn't what I was being told wasn't enough. I needed to dive for the truth. Don't we all go through that? So basically, I read this book, I think called Subconscious Programming. I forgot what it was called, but the advice that was given was before you go to sleep, feel as good as you has ever felt. Just load yourself with good feelings. And I did that. It made sense in a moment. I just felt the best I've ever felt. I just thought about all the good things I could feel about. And before I went to sleep, I felt it's not even that I felt happy, I just felt super positive. Reading the immaterial brought hope into me. I was like, this is going to work. This is going to work. That very next day, I got a job at North Loop Elementary teaching and just playing with children after they got out of school. In the same day, I got one of the coolest jobs ever. I didn't even know how, like, I didn't even know at the time someone had sent me the link. Like, everything just worked out just because of the way I went to sleep. So if you do this 369 method, do expect turbo boosted results. Okay. And once again, have a lot of fun with this, knowing you're already coming in the results and that this is going to move forward with you. Really just do this however you want. That being said, we're going to set an intention. And before you go to sleep, the intention and wish that you sent will already come true. How long are we doing this? As much as you want to do it. If you want to do it for one night, if you want to do it for the rest of your life, if you want to do it for 30 days, really good question. It's all you. What we're going to do is, okay, we're going to set an intention. You can set more than one intention. We're going to do the 3-tiered wish where we're going to first intention, envision all of us dancing together or partying together. Second is to make our wish. And then the third is to wish that all of our other wishes come true. Because of the trine of Jupiter and Uranus, you're going to see results very quickly. Like before you go to bed, you will start to see synchronicities that lead you there, or it'll already come through. Okay. Because everyone has different intentions. It could be multiple intentions. M. Night Shyamalan could mean any wish you want. So we're going to do this right now. And then once we end the broadcast, our energy is going to disperse. And the collective energy that we, of course, are stoking will strike down on you like lightning. Okay. I found my Hermetic Tarot deck. I thought I lost it, but it was under my drawer. So I'm also going to draw a card. Now, I want you to, I'm going to pull a card while we're, collecting the energy. I want you guys to now envision all of us partying. Leo King is the DJ, spiritual dance music, boom, boom, boom. And we're just vibing. I want you to, this is going to energetically connect all of us through imagination and vision. Okay. Once you do that, I want you to set an intention. What is a wish? Because Neptune is opposite this. So just make a wish. The genie gods at Pisces will materialize that bitch. Okay. And we'll materialize that. Make a wish. Set an intention. How do you want to live your life? What is the life you see yourself living in less than 2 weeks, if not now? All right. We got I Say I'll performing. I want you to envision yourself talking to people about your life. Hey, how's your life? Oh, it's amazing. I'm doing this. I'm doing this. Or it could just be a feeling. So just spend some time to just kind of like feel that. Woo! All right. And now we're going to set the intention for all of our wishes to come true. I set the intention that everyone who set an intention and wish will already see evidence of this rapidly materializing and breaking through as soon as we end this broadcast. All right. And the tarot card, not oracle card, we have the 4 of Pentacles. All right. The Lord of Earthly Power. So this is moving forward. You're coming into the underlying theme of this is a new level of financial security. So you guys are coming into a new level of a minimum amount of money and resources you're going to have that you've worked for. This is assured material gain. Okay. Oh, baby, we got the 4 of Wands. The Lord of perfected work. This is the festivity. So this is it. 4 of Wands, 4 of Pentacles. This is saying that you guys are going to be celebrating new money, new success, new power. And the 4 of Wands is strengthening your community. This is like a serendipity. This is festivity. Wow, I can't believe it. 4 of Wands, Venus and Aries, Sun and Capricorn. Okay. So this is the main card. This is all of us partying, guys. This is a strengthening our community. But the underlying theme is you have a solid foundation that you haven't had before. This is Jupiter and Uranus and Taurus showing you more of the effects of this yearly new life that this year is going to hit so much more. We all gonna eat. We all gonna eat. I love it. Yeet, yeet, yeet. Vacation for some of you too. Okay. So be prepared to lay the smack down. Let people hit you with their passive aggressive manipulation dynamics. You do not have to stoop on their level. They just want a reaction from you. And know that your words, your essence are gold. So be careful who you give people free access to your time and mannerisms. You don't really have to feel the need to play people's games. Just keep being authentic. It's producing an allergic reaction. And whether they want to put a mask or not, they are dying inside. You will see and feel this. you're going to start to see the cracks break through, and then you're going to just hit him in the jugular. You guys stay blessed as always. Okie dokie. Melissa, thank you very much. Riggs, thank you very much. Sean, welcome to the Eternal Vibe Tribe once again. Once I end this broadcast, this will induce the synchronicity train. It is always an honor to serve. All right. You guys stay blessed as always. Peace.